Hi there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some hair. As you can see, I've sort of roughed it out already, and I've got the direction of the hair that I want to do. So I'm using a just a Primo 3B charcoal pencil. This section here is all really dark, and that's the roots of the hair, and then it comes out and it goes lighter. So what I've done is I've basically drawn the lines, the directional lines, using just the charcoal pencil, like this, and then I take my large blending stump and just blend in the direction that the hair is going. So what you'll notice is it goes quite thick, and you use a smaller one if you wish to have finer lines. But at the moment on this one I'm just going to use the large one for now. Okay, so we've got this section here which is all really dark. I'll actually go over that in a minute. But basically what is happening here, you've got a lot of shadow, and then it's going to go very light down here. So now that I've got my direction, I grab my Tough Stuff eraser stick, and I'm going to work on the direction of the hair and adding highlights. So this drawing's got a lot of blonde ends, so I'm just taking this down using the eraser, and I've cut the eraser to a point. I don't know if you can see that. So it's very fine, and basically it's going to give me my lines. So we've got a fringe bit here, and another fringe bit here. I'm not doing this in very fine order, I'm just basically roughing out where I want everything to go. Okay, grabbing my my brush just to get rid of the ends. Okay, so now we've got dark lines and light lines. Now we just keep going over sections of this. So back to my 3B charcoal, okay, because the roots are very dark, and this defines the shadows of the hair. And also the direction. So I'm haphazardly going over the white lines as well, that I've just created with my eraser. And then we've got this nice center section here where you've basically got your really dark roots. So grabbing the blending stump again, now we're getting nice darker lines. I'm just going to do that in a circular motion just to fill it out. Now I'm going to go over the blackest areas with a Pierre Noir. I don't know if that's how you say it, but basically it's there you go, a Conti, and this will allow me to add more black lines, and they'll be finer lines, so I'll use a smaller blending stump. So now we've got this layered effect. This is adding more definition to the hair. And you'll see with the blending stump what it does is it actually gives you darker sections in the center and then lighter sections of the line as it goes out. So you're actually doing, well, three things at once by just doing this with the blending stump. So there you go, we've got darker area, we've got lighter area here, and here we've got blonde. So this won't stay like this for me. The way I do it is I have to basically do all the skin tones and everything here, but this is just giving me the feel of where the hair is going to go. Okay. Alright, okay. So, this is a Sanford eraser stick, so it's a thicker rubber, slightly different to the tough stuff. So it gives me a slightly thicker line. Again, I've cut it into a nib, so I've cut a point off it, and this will give me thicker lines, and it will take and lift more charcoal off the paper. So again, I'm just worrying about the direction, not so much about the actual fine lines of the hair. Okay, so we've got like a section here where it's sort of rolling over and then down. You can see where my hair is. So I'm just defining that a little bit better. And then we've got straighter hair going out. And here, we've got this wonderful piece of hair that goes like this. Okay. Alrighty. Grab my brush again. Get rid of all the bits. Okay. So, the way to keep going on this is to actually keep building up the layers and building up the sections where it's really, really dark. So it's really dark here, and it's really dark here, and here, where the roots are, and then there's this darker section over here, and then over here we've got another dark section. Don't be afraid to go fairly hard with the black, especially with the 3B, it's pretty good. What you might find with a ridged paper is that you get a slightly different effect to this, but it doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong way to do this. I'm just doing it the way that I know how to do it. And you'll see that, so here I'm getting to the darkest value I possibly can with a charcoal pencil. It's not possible to get black, like super black. It doesn't work. The only way to get that in a scan is to adjust the contrast and the values. But I don't do that with my drawings, unless I've got lots of white in it and it's not scanning properly. Okay. All right. So we've added that. So back to the eraser again. I'm going to use the finer eraser. So here we've got some obvious blonde sections that are overlapping into the black, or the darker values. So I'm staying with the direction, defining more. Okay, there you go. Alrighty. So this brush is pig fur, so it's still quite soft. And what I do is I use this. So hair isn't one colour all the way along; it changes, and this is how you actually add a change in direction and a change in the style of the hair. So we've got a hair that does this, but it's not white all the way through. It's changing, it's darker here, and what I do is I actually use the brush to actually rush some of the charcoal over that to lighten it up. Sorry, darken it up. Okay. Cool. Alrighty. So now you can see we've got, it's dark and there's going to be lighter bits here. To get the lightest parts, the blonde, I'm basically just going to move the charcoal around using this brush and change the tone of the paper from white to a light grey. Just enough so when I run my eraser over it, it'll actually take it and lift off and leave a white line with a very light grey outline. Again, I'm not being super careful with this. I'm just basically moving the charcoal around that I've already laid down so that I can get a lighter line. Okay, so this section over here we've got quite a lot of light lines. Now I'm going a bit more gently and a bit more defined. I'm also rolling it a little bit as well as I move, and that changes the style of the line from a thin line to slightly thicker to thin again. Just takes a little bit of practice, but you'll get there. And you'll see out the edges. You may not see it very well on this film, but anyway, I'll put a scan up so you can see what I've done here. So I'm doing some lines. Now, hair goes everywhere. Okay, it's not often that it all stays in one direction. You always get flyaway bits, and this is the part that actually makes it work as hair. So this section here, we've got this lovely white bit here, but there's all these little lines underneath here, and they're just random directions. There's a couple of pieces that come off here. This section is nice and thick and white. Okay, over here. Alright, well that's all I'm going to do for the moment. I just want to keep these videos short, but I'll scan this and I'll put it at the end of the video so you can actually see it better. Basically what I want to show you is just how I do things. There's no right or wrong way to doing it. It's just, again, you know, it's the way that I like to do it. Everybody has their own style. You can take from this what you want, but basically I've just done quite a large section of hair in a few minutes using a Tough Stuff eraser stick, a blending stump, 3B, my pig skin or pig fur, and a Sanford, and that's it. Thanks for watching, guys.